Hello YouTube viewers, and as you can see, here's the problem we're going to try to repair today. This is my garage door, and you can see light shining through. When you push against the door, you can see the light is closed off. The wind right now is blowing against this door, being a cold day in New Hampshire, and we're going to try to resolve this problem. The solution, hopefully, is going to be an easy one. So you can see my garage is equipped with a mini split. The other evening I had this set to about 80 degrees, and as you could see from the previous video, the light shining through the gaps in the garage door is obviously allowing air to blow through. So when it was 25 degrees with the wind blowing against the door, even though the mini split was set to 80, the effective temperature in the garage was only about 65. So that's what makes this closing off of that air gap and that light gap such an important issue for me. My power bill got close to $300 last month, and I want to try to reduce that. So hopefully this is going to be the answer to my problem. It's a product which maybe some of you have seen on the internet called Green Hinge. The secret to this is it's going to replace the normal hinges on the garage door, but this has a spring-loaded pivoting receiver. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to replace my original rail wheels. These are not bad, but these have a more closed-off bearing. They are a little bit more silent, and they weren't that much expensive, so I'm going to just try them and see what happens. But what's going to happen is I'm going to lubricate the receiver. I'm going to make sure I put some white lithium grease in there, keep all vibration and squeaks down. This is going to go inside the Green Hinge, and as you can see, the Green Hinge is going to allow it to flex up and down. It's going to be riding like this. Again, this is going to be the outside of the rail, and because the wheel has tension on it, it's going to push the door this way, theoretically against the seal, closing the gap. So, as I'm sure Tony would want me to say, make sure you follow all installation instructions. I'm just telling you my experience. This is not an instructional video. It's just for reference. The Green Hinges come with numbers on them. As you can see, the number 1 right there. And you just look at the chart, and you can see panel number 1. The set of number 1 hinges goes on the bottom. You take them off one at a time, going straight up on one side at a time, and you install them one by one. So we will take off the screws. Yes, I'm just letting them fall because I'm holding the camera. And as you can see, it's going to be quite an easy thing to put the new wheel in the existing spot. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the Green Hinge and we're going to just dry fit it. Make sure the holes will align. And it seems they align perfectly. Second thing we're going to do is take a little bit of this white lithium grease. I know everybody's got their choice of lubricant. You choose yours. I've chosen mine. Then we're going to take our roller wheel. I'm going to slide it in there. And then we're going to try to do this. All you got to do is just angle the wheel, put it in like that. And already I can feel this is going to make a huge difference. I have to put the camera down so I can screw this in. Okay, so in my application, I've discovered that one of the retaining screws is going to, when I get it installed properly, it's going to be underneath the receiver. So what I did is I lifted it up, threaded this in as far as I could go with my fingers. I'm going to final tighten these by hand, so I'll use a wrench. I'm a big guy who doesn't believe in power tools torquing bolts that are going into pretty much thin metal. So I'm going to do this by hand, and then we'll show you the results. But already I can feel the tension is on the wheel, which is pushing against the rail, and I'm pretty sure when we're done, that gap, that light gap, is going to be gone. So as you can see, I'm using a wrench, and it's a little tedious. I can't get the speed side on. And I'm just torquing this by hand. Like I say, I just think it's too thin metal. I don't want to take the chance of snapping it with the Ryobi. Now, I will say this. This is the bottom roller, and as you can see, I have changed it. The bottom roller and the top roller, there are a lot of videos on YouTube on how to change them, and I'm going to leave that up to other people. But I will give you a warning. Don't ever take this hinge off, because it is loaded, the cable is loaded to that spring, and if you take those two screws out, it's going to end up in your face, and it could hurt or even kill you, so be aware of that. Okay, and as you can see, I've completed the install on the right-hand side. It took about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I went slow because it was my first time, and I wanted to make sure everything was proper. I'm going to use the mechanic's favorite friend, fluid film, and I'm going to just lubricate all this stuff so it stays quiet and rust-free. Like I said, there is white lithium grease in each one of the rollers, and I will turn off the light in a couple seconds, and we'll see if the gap has disappeared. So, with my new sealed garage door with my green hinges, which, by the way, I've tested the door, moving it up and down, and it's nice and quiet, works smoothly with no binding. With the hinges installed, the mini split set to 82 degrees, and I do have a little supplemental heater here that blows out. It does blow out some heat. It does help. I mean, but it's a small unit. The garage right now is at 72 after 1 hour and 30 minutes of heating. Not a bad improvement. I think the green hinges were well worth it. And so some important notes, by the way. You can order the green hinges on their website. Tony can probably provide you a link. The hinges come in 2 different color springs. These are silver. And the reason why they're silver is because my garage door is 10 feet. Anything over, I believe, 12 feet, they go into a bronze or brass looking spring, and at 10 feet the silver springs have worked just fine. Also, you've got to count how many panels you have when you order them. I have 5 panels, which required 4 hinges, and again, that's probably some important notes when you go to order.